Yo, how's it going everyone? It's Noir Tapes back with another video. Today I was doing a bit more practice. Big rainy day out here in Australia. So one of the ideas for the video today was to make a sample and then resample it and make a beat with it, as I'm trying to get more practice with that. Makes sense to do that. And so this morning when I woke up I had this idea, sort of a basic idea in my head, and so I tried to lay that down first and then resample that and make a beat out of it. The thing is, as you get better with creating samples, when ideas bounce to your head, you'll be able to more accurately portray them the way you want them to from your head into the beat. And when I started the idea I had in my head today, it was turning out okay, but this was a perfect opportunity for me to resample what was there and make it into something new and inventive, right? So basically I started with a few layers. I started with the bass. That was the idea I had originally. And then I went from the bass, I added a piano, and I just layered the brass over the piano to make it sound different. And then I just added this long violin sound to fill out the sample. So this is what I started with here. These are all just Ableton stock sounds you can download when you get Ableton. And so basically, first thing I did was make the bass, and then I played around with the piano a little bit, found the piano melody that I thought sounded alright, and then just added that violin to fill it out. That's what I had, and sequenced it a little bit. I put the bass by itself because that was the main core idea, and then I put everything together for like a hook section, and then I did like a verse section without the violin. And it was sounding okay, but I thought I could do better. I decided to add a bunch of plugins to make it sound like a sample. And so once I had that sample, I added drums. I wanted to get some hard drums going, and I was liking the way they sounded. And so these are the drums I added over the top of the sample. I wanted to get some nice fat drums. I knew that once I had the drums down, I could peel everything back and have another look from a different perspective. So this is what I ended up with. And so I thought that sounded okay, but I knew I could do better. So I ended up resampling the whole sample. And then what I did was I just played the drums by themselves and played around with the pitch of the new resampled audio. The reason I did that, when you start playing around with the pitch, it makes the length different. And I thought I could find some new rhythmic variation, try some different stuff out at different pitches too, all these different things. And so basically I ended up liking the way the pitch sounded and the rhythmic variation. I think it was at -4. I actually went Control-J to join the chops to make a new clip. So I don't know what the pitch was. I think it was -4. But basically I pitched it down 4. I liked the way the bass sounded over the drums. And then what I ended up doing was chopping it up to move things on time a little bit. And it gives me a different variation from what I originally started with, which is pretty cool. And so this is what I started with after I resampled the sample and started playing around with the pitch. This is the first idea I got down after that. And that was sounding dope. And so I decided I wanted to treat the sample like any other sample I'd used. I just brought the whole sample in again into a different track. I kept the same pitches I just pitched down with the bass. And then what I did was I took a filter and just filtered to the highs and tried to find a bit of the piano that sounded cool. I ended up finding this. So all I did to find that was take the sample, put it into the track, use a bandpass just to get the highs of it, and then I added a delay to get the desired effect I want. And I just started playing around with the sample until I found one of the parts of the piano that sounded cool over the top of the bass. And so this is where I ended up at the moment. This was the original vibe I was thinking of. I wanted to get this like dark, gritty boom bap, and I achieved it after resampling what I had started with. And then what I actually ended up doing, just to add another little bit of variation, I actually took the original piano patch that I used when I made the sample, and I just copied the track outside of the sample, and I played around with a few notes up the top here and made like essentially a little chord to add some variation, but I actually just played the notes really quickly. Essentially what I did was something like this. And I played it just on top of the drums. I was just playing around, and I found this rhythm that I liked, and now it just adds a little bit of depth to the beat as well. And so that's what I ended up with. That was the beat there. This is the whole beat right here. And there you go. Just keep it simple. Don't overthink it. You know, I started with the sample, created that, and then I decided to flip it into a different vibe. That was the vibe I was looking for, and I just kept it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. But anyways, gritty boom bap today. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll keep these coming each week. I think what I have on the books next week, I'm going to use the MPC again, whip out the MPC, and I've got a sample that I found today, which sounds fire. So I'm going to flip that next week into some gritty boom bap and walk you guys along with it. Anyways, thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.